Hello and welcome to today's video. This is a fun one but also a pretty negative one. Like, honestly, I don't normally like being negative in videos. I normally like to keep a positive attitude, but this is just all of the books that are DNF'd in 2024 and maybe some that I should have. There's 3 that I feel like I should have. There's 3 that I'm like, why the fuck did I finish that? So yeah, that's what this video is. It is going to be a bit negative. I'm going to be moaning a lot. I'm going to be hating on books. If you're not down for that, this might not be the video for you, because I'm going to find this fun, I'm going to find it cathartic, I'm going to be amused by it. And none of these books I liked or enjoyed in any way. Obviously I didn't finish them. The ones that I didn't finish, maybe they have an amazing ending, maybe something. But these books were not for me. Maybe they're for you. Everyone's reading tastes are different, but these books I did not like. Let's just get into them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that I DNF'd and 3 that I did not DNF, and I think I should have. I don't have much written, so a lot of books I've got like a tiny little section written for them, and then some books I've got 3 lines written for them. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to remember about any of these, but we're going to give it a go. First book that I DNF'd of the year was in January, and that was Belladonna. I did not like this book, and I really wanted to. I thought it sounded fun, and I thought the cover of this was absolutely beautiful. Like, I loved this cover. I was really upset that I like DNF'd it and then had to unhaul it, because it was gorgeous. It was stunning. But unfortunately I did not find the content inside gorgeous or stunning. I've read here that I've read spoilers once I DNF'd it, and it sounded just as boring and predictable and irritating as the start of it was. I found the main character insufferable, and I'd already guessed a lot of the reveals, and I still can't see it being more than a 2 stars if I'd continued. Yeah, I can remember one thing happening. Like, I can remember within the first 3 or 4 chapters there was something that happened, and I was like, oh, like, please just reveal this now. This isn't going to be the big reveal, this isn't going to be the big thing. And I think I got about 12 or 13 chapters into this and it hadn't been revealed, and it was the big reveal at the end. I checked spoilers online afterwards. I was like, oh no. So yeah, did not like that one. Was not for me. And I also just didn't like the writing style. I don't read YA books very often anymore, to be fair, so like that could be why, but it was boring. I was bored. Like, there was lots of stuff going on and I was still bored. So yeah, not for me. Then I DNF'd the selected poems of Robert Herrick. I have no recollection of this, so I'm just gonna read out what I wrote, because I don't remember this at all, and I don't think I'm gonna have had any spoilers for poetry. Yeah, no, I don't think I'll be picking up any poetry from this time period, especially not by men. The fucked up views and narratives that are trying to be pushed I don't care to read about, and the lack of anything women are to them except a vagina and uterus for their use. Just no. Fuck off. Made it a third of the way in. Don't have the time or energy to continue. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. And yeah, like, I think if I was reading a book and it made me feel like that, then I would definitely have DNF'd it. Yeah, I think we can move on. I feel like everyone will get that one. Oh, and then I had a really unfortunate one in March. So in March I DNF'd Kingdom of the Feared. This is the 3rd and final book in the like Kingdom of the Wicked original trilogy. And I DNF'd it, ended up hauling all of it. I've got at the bottom here, wrote DNF'd at 23.4%, page 95. And I wrote, I don't know what happened. I gave book 2 in the series 4.5 stars. But reading this one was actually painful and so cringy. And the writing felt bad. I started with the audiobook and thought maybe it was just the narrator, as I hadn't read them via audiobook previously, but then I tried to read it physically and kept putting it down every 1 to 2 pages due to how much I was not enjoying it. The writing felt cringe, the characters felt dull, and it did nothing interesting. So there you go. Yeah, I can remember being really disappointed by this one. I had left it about a year since reading book 2, but I really thought I'd enjoy it. Like, book 1 was just fine, but book 2 I really enjoyed. Yeah, I couldn't make it through book 3. I couldn't. Ooh, then in April I DNF'd Garments Against Women. This is an interesting one, because I also think that I thought this book was something different based off the synopsis and what it was giving when I started reading it. All that I wrote for this, it was, in one paragraph I could feel both like the author had never seen a thesaurus before and was only using one with no other knowledge. And it was also written in a way that was trying to sound more clever than it was. I can remember this one being really wordy and just like really overusing words to the point that the sentence structures weren't making sense, and to the point that it felt like the author wasn't actually telling you anything, they were just showing you all these big words they knew. So yeah, I didn't love that one. Then I also DNF'd The Lamplighters, basically because I didn't care. So I don't remember how far I got into this one, but I got the audiobook for this and I was listening to it whilst I was repotting my plants, which is normally a lovely time. I love listening to an audiobook whilst I repot the plants for the year, but this one was not it. I thought I just couldn't care about this at all. It's based on a real event, and reading non-fiction about that could be cool, but this fictional take just wasn't for me. Also, as with a lot of historical fiction, I just don't want to read about misogyny and sexism. It was from every angle. So I DNF'd it. I didn't read it because I didn't want to. I also DNF'd How to Kill Your Family. There was absolutely nothing I was liking about this book. The main character is horrible, but not in a fun reading from an immoral character sort of way, as the character was just so two-dimensional. It was bad, boring and moaning, and then it did another sin of a HP reference. All of this with illogical reasoning for killing. I have no interest in reading any more of this book, so I didn't. So yeah, I can remember really hating that one. I feel really bad because I had a special edition as well. It was really nice. I was really hating my time with it. I'm so glad I DNF'd it, and like this is why DNFing is so important, because like I can feel myself and the energy I'm giving off right now. Like I'm remembering reading these books and like feeling like the life and the energy is sucked out of me, and I'm just so glad that like I don't feel the need to finish them, because honestly it just wouldn't have been a good time. Then we are up to May, and I DNF'd Binti the Night Masquerade. I did end up selling this one on, and I also sold on book 2 of the series. This was the third and final book of the series. I kept book 1 because book 1 I really enjoyed and I felt it worked as a standalone. Book 2 I didn't really love, like it was fine, but like didn't live up to book 1. And then book 3 I DNF'd. I couldn't make it through. Unfortunately at halfway I've decided to DNF. I'm just not enjoying it and don't see any way of it getting a high rating. Book 1 in this series was amazing, but I wished I would have left it there. Binti seemed like a main character in book 1, but in this one it didn't feel like it even thought she was. She also hasn't grown up at all and still acts so naive and accepting of bullshit. I think we are meant to like her, but I don't anymore. I enjoy the writing and would love to try an adult book by the author if she ever comes out with one, but I don't think the YA works are for me. And yeah, this one again, a disappointing one. Like I loved into book 1. I still have it somewhere around here, literally right here. I still have book 1. I think book 1 is amazing and can work as a standalone. It's only really like, if I remember correctly, it's like the last 2 paragraphs that make it like there's going to be more story. So definitely works as a standalone, and I kept that one, but yeah, it just didn't work unfortunately. Then in June I DNF'd Fallen by Lauren Kay. I'm not too surprised I DNF'd this one, and that is how I started this. I just put, not surprised, an old YA book had to be bad at some point, and this one was just so weird. And yeah, I can remember reading this and being like, oh my god. So basically, on my owned physical TBR, I have a load of young adult series that when I was a young adult, like when I was 12, 13, 14, I would buy them in bulk. Like I would buy entire series and I never finished them. So when we moved into this house and I had space, I put them all out on my TBR to reread, because I don't remember them well enough to like continue on from whatever book I was on, and I don't even know what book I was at. And I've been slowly over the years, every year, getting to a couple of those big series. I think I only have 3 left now, maybe 4, but I think only 3 left. But yeah, this year I tried Fallen and it just didn't work. It was weird. Like it was icky, to be honest. Like yeah, the vibes were just off, and I was shocked that I enjoyed it when I was younger, to be honest. So then I DNF'd a book called Bite the Terror That Feeds. I don't remember this at all, and all I wrote is nope, 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 nope. So obviously I was very serious about it. This was creepy and predatory, and it was trying to romanticize it. I have no recollection of it, but I 100% understand myself for DNF'ing it if that was the case. Then we moved to August. So in August I DNF'd one book, and that was Twisted Love, which is a very popular book that I thought I'd try. I just put, what the fuck was this? I don't get the hype. I have no interest in reading more. So yeah, really telling you why I didn't like it there. Now I can't remember too well, but I can just remember I'm an eye roller. Like if I find something annoying, irritating, stupid, I roll my eyes. It's not very often that books get a physical reaction from me, because you know, like it just doesn't happen that often. Like maybe I'll smile, maybe I'll pull a bit of a face, but like an eye roll, I can remember eye rolling so much during this book. Like I can remember literally at points I was listening to the audio alone and my eyes were closed and I was still rolling my eyes. Like I could feel myself rolling my eyes at just how stupid I felt it was. I know this is a popular one. I know this is probably one that people will majorly disagree with, and that's great. If this type of romance is for you, then that's great, because apparently there's loads of them out there. But I just could not care. I could not. It was just all so stupid. And then in September I DNF'd a book called Owned by the Fae. Yeah, I know why I DNF'd this. I don't know if I can say it because they're like spoilers. There's something happened in the book that for me, when I'm reading that, it just, nope, I'm out of here. What I wrote was the first book in the series was already outside of my comfort zone, but then the thing that I think would be a spoiler to say was a thing, and it was a no for me, so I DNF'd. And that was the last book that I DNF'd this year. I didn't DNF any in October, November, December. I don't know if that's just because I didn't make it far enough into them to DNF, because like I've done a few like first chapter things this year where I've read the first chapter and decided to get rid of books. So I don't class that as a DNF because I don't think I've read enough of it to make that decision. I feel I don't really have an exact percentage in mind, but I think if I was under 15% of a book, I wouldn't class it as a DNF, because I don't think I'd have tried it enough. I'd just get rid of it and unhaul it. Yeah, all of these books I've got minimum 15% of the way in, probably more than 20% of all of them, to be honest, to class them here and to have like real thoughts on like, this is not for me, this is enough to go in the DNF pile. So yeah, those are all the official DNFs. Then I have got 3 neon green sticky tabs throughout my journal, which when I went through my reading, these were all books that really stood out to me as why the fuck did I finish that. So let's go back to January to start. Second book of the year. I gave it 2 stars, don't know why the fuck why, it's definitely only a 1 star, but I read So Late in the Day. Now this is a book that loads of people like. I've since discovered that a like nothing happening, just a snippet of a day type book, not for me. I don't enjoy them. And I wrote, not for me, a story about a miserable misogynist man. Would not recommend. The main character is miserable from the moment we meet him. The misogyny is rife throughout. He's judgmental and uncaring. Did not enjoy it all. Thought such a short format of slice of life no plot might work better for me, but afraid to say that's probably not the case. Don't understand why I'd want to read about this. And I should have DNF'd, because if I'm being honest with myself, I knew that from the 20% mark. I knew it halfway. I knew it 70% of the way. I should have DNF'd. I think my mindset at the start of the year was probably, this is my second book of the year and it's so short, like it will just make me not stress about numbers, because like once I've read a couple of books in a year I don't stress about the number from then on, but getting those first couple of books in I do find quite stressful. So I think that's probably why I did it, but I should have DNF this one. Then where are we going to? Okay, so we are up to August now. What book did I read in August? Okay, yes, I remember now. In August I read Wreck This, book 2 of the Powerless series, and it was pretty shit. I did give it a 2 star again. Like, I don't know if this would be bad if I was like a 13, you know, and like this is a young adult book, so I don't want to completely shit on it, but I did not like it. It was really disappointing. I'd really hoped it would follow on from book 1 and how good it was, rather than the crap novella we got, but it did not. It felt very YA, it very rarely went deeper than surface level. There were multiple plot points where the plot could have been expanded or changed, but it just never happened. The characters were interesting, but I really struggled to care about anything going on. If I didn't have the audiobook, I doubt I would have finished it. It just wasn't interesting, and that is something I need to stop. Just because I've got the audiobook for something and can listen without reading, so I can listen whilst I clean and stuff like that, doesn't mean I should finish it. I should just hear that, because I didn't have a good time. Yeah, I enjoyed Powerless book 1. I think I gave it like a 4 star. I did think it was like decent. I did think it pulled from a lot of other books. Like there were literal quotes there straight from Hunger Games, just with names and things changed. And it was also very similar to Red Queen. But I had a good time, and it was a YA book. It did what I expected for a YA. Then we had the little novella, which wasn't good. Like a lot of people like it, but I didn't like it. But I thought I'd give book 2 a try, because book 1, the actual full-length novel, was good, and unfortunately this one was not. Okay, and then finally we are into December. So I did not learn from my mistakes throughout the year. In December I still read a book that I gave 1 star, and I didn't write this review till way after I'd finished it. So I actually wrote saying, I don't know why I finished this. I can remember considering DNFing around the 60% mark, and I should have. This was bad, so bad that I blocked it out. Couldn't even tell you about it. Didn't like either character, and didn't like them together. So I don't think I actually said the name of the book. It's Better Hate Than Never. It would have been on the screen that whole time, but yeah, Better Hate Than Never. Basically, I've read so much by this author that I've liked that I think I was like gaslighting myself to be like, no, like you can't not like this. You've liked everything else you've read by this author. Like, why do you not like this? But yeah, I remember it just being weird and I just didn't like it at all. Like, I didn't like the characters, didn't like them together, didn't like the storyline, didn't like what they were doing, didn't like their personalities. It was not going to work for me. So yeah, I gave that 1 star and I definitely should have DNF'd it. It was a 1 star. I can tell you how many 1 stars I had for the entire year. 1. That's my 1 star for the entire year. I should have DNF'd. I should have DNF'd. Yeah, those were all the books that I DNF'd and the 3 that I thought that I should have during 2024. I'm hoping that, well, I don't know if I'm hoping to DNF books, but I'm hoping if I don't like books in 2025 that I will DNF them, and I'm hoping that if I do this video again in, you know, the start of 2026 to reflect on my 2025 reading, that we have no books that I feel like I should have DNF'd and didn't. That would be my hope. Hopefully I've learnt from this, and yeah, was those 3 books worth it? Were those 3 books finishing worth it? No. So hopefully we learn from it. But yeah, that's it from me. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please do give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe down below if you want to see more content like this, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.